Opinion: come on big man, be the bigger man. Steven Adams has finally ended the speculation on the reason why he has yet to play for New Zealand. He felt he was snubbed by Basketball New Zealand as a promising teen who couldn't afford to play representative hoops. The NBA star, in his new book, My Life, My Fight, said being in a national team was far too expensive for him, and most kids. I was obviously good enough. A national MVP should be able to make the junior national team, but I couldn't afford it, Adams said. Being selected for an age group national side to play in an international tournament would cost each player thousands of dollars. I knew of players who went on every trip, at least once a year, because their parents could easily afford to pay for each tournament, but there were a lot of players, most of them brown, some of them the best in the country, who never once represented New Zealand because they couldn't afford to travel, let alone to fly overseas. He's not wrong in his assessment of representative junior sport in New Zealand. But to hold that against a governing body that is desperately short of the money to fund age group national teams is petty and short-sighted. As he adroitly pointed out, Adams wasn't the only one in that boat as a teen basketballer. It's a chocker-walker. What many do is draw on all resources, extended family, community, businesses, sausage sizzles, to make it happen. Not all succeed with funding and some fall by the wayside. It happens in many sports at junior level here and raises the question as to whether NZ's sports funding model has its pyramid upside down. Sports have to be excelling at Olympic Games and World Champs to boost their coffers, which then allows those codes to fund strong development programs. Those without a healthy presence at elite world level, and NZ basketball is one in an ultra-competitive global code, have to find creative and inspirational ways to haul themselves up. Basketball NZ won't get richer without Adams. He is clearly their best player, an NBA standout who continues to improve and can be a pillar that All Blacks can base the game around. Effectively, by withholding his services, Adams is holding them to ransom. And in doing so, he's jeopardizing the chances of further potential Steven Adams emerging. If he played for the Tall Blacks, he would put bums on seats and draw in sponsorship revenue. That cash may enable Basketball NZ to aid youth team tours, rather than asking parents to cover it all. Adams, 25, wrote that he would love to play for Tall Blacks coach Paul Henara, but I need to be ready, saying that he doesn't think he could give his all for the Tall Blacks and play a full NBA season simply doesn't wash. A swag of NBA stars turn out for their national sides. It was fine to sit out early in his NBA career, when he had to learn his game, earn his place then secure a big contract, but not now. Adams says he will, someday. That day, just over a year from the 2019 World Cup and 2 years out from the Tokyo Olympics, is here. It's a long time since what he views as his age group snub. Basketball New Zealand's staff, administration and coaching, have changed. What hasn't altered is that when it comes to funding, they're not far removed from where Adams was as a teenager. Adams has already started giving back to basketball in New Zealand. He has set up scholarships and basketball camps here to help those with similar circumstances to what he experienced as a teen. But the biggest gift he could give the NZ game now is his towering presence in a Tall Blacks singlet. Stuff promoted stories recommended by